or we'll have more about an interactive session to know how, at least I would speak about my journey, how I turned my passion into profession. Can we make it more interactive so that I can hear you speak?
Yes, I meant.
Okay. Hello. How I started, I would just like to make a small brief. Then, if I would also like to understand about you people's passion and how you want to pursue it as your profession as well. So, actually, I started off as a passion just because I used to sketch very well in my college and my schoolings. And fashion was something that attracted me, not in terms of westernized fashion as such. That was not my predominant forte. I come from a background where I used to learn dance, music, and I had a lot of exposure to colors, costumes, and how people are dressed differently. So that is what attracted me the most than my dancing or my extracurriculars that I used to do. And I come from a family where my mother is a dancer. So I used to see her dress up, and I also used to see a lot of people when she used to go to get her costuming done, used to sketch, design, and things like that. So that is what actually turned me into a fashion designer. In terms like people used to tell that I used to sketch pretty well. Sometime in my college time, on for my pastime and lecture used to happen, I used to sketch how to dress or what kind of dresses could be designed as such. So, based on that, looking at that interest of mine, my parents put me into a diploma course just to motivate me. So, doing my second PUC, parallelly, I wanted to be educated or learn enough skills about designing. It was just about designing, not the technical aspects, about making the fabric or making a garment. So, like that, when I started learning about it theoretically about designs, I would also would dress well or dress myself, style myself differently in college, and used to receive appreciation. And appreciation is something like most of the people like. Do you agree?
Yes.
So that's where I started off, which gave me a lot of kick, or I would say, like, more of a thought process for my creative ideology. And this designing aspect just didn't only boost on my fashion forte. I also went on to do my designing in terms of interior designing as well. So it was not only that I pursued fashion, but I also pursued interior designing, and I also did my curriculum in that as well. So when I used to do this in terms of designing and learning fashion aspects, I used to also do for my friends. They used to ask me, "You've done this, why don't you do it for me? Can you just see me or style me differently?" And it was an unpaid job when friends ask you. But when friends used to refer somebody else, they used to ask me, "How much would you charge?" So that initially started as a small pocket money business, which later on building my networking with friends and showing how I dress up, how what is my work. I used to network a lot with people.
Your internet is breaking.
Pardon? My voice is
Your
breaking. Am I
voice is
audible?
breaking due to internet not stable.
It's clear. It's clear.
I think you have a very low network, but my Wi-Fi and my data says it's pretty full. If you have any questions in between, please ask me or raise your hand or something so that I can stop and listen to your question, and I can be able to answer it to you very pretty well. Or it gives me a space to understand your perspective as well. So once when I used to start doing this on referral basis, doing for my friend's friend and things like that. And the most important thing is I used to showcase my work, even if it was just a passion or just a piece of artwork that went on to bring in a lot of client base within my circles. And it was clearly a traditional marketing that I used to do in those days, because then we didn't have so called social media as such. Basic Orkut or some Facebook would be there, and people would connect whenever I used to post or something. But I would honestly respond, and even if it was a small work, I would honestly give my 100% to it. I would not look at the revenue then. In the first place, whenever we look at a business aspect, don't look at revenue in terms of big and small. Even a small revenue is a revenue, and a bigger revenue is also a revenue. So I would always first build my client base or my goodwill with all my clients, and then I would pitch on my finance or my revenue in terms of quoting them or anything as such. So from small piece of one garment, now I only do full fledged wedding or any kind of movies or ad shoots. I sit down and design for it. So, in the basic aspect, I would firstly like to tell, pursue your passion despite you don't have any theoretical knowledge. Understand the basics of it, then try get a theoretical knowledge and get into it completely, and equip yourself enough to bring your passion into a live dream. Why am I saying this is, designing is very easy. You can sketch anything, you can design anything, but how you bring that design into life is the most important thing. So that aspect I wanted to understand and learn about it, because always we are dependent on somebody. And most importantly, if we have to be dependent on somebody in terms of our work, we need to understand whether that person is capable enough to do that work. For example, in my job, I'm a designer. Whatever I design, my master or my cutting master will be there. He's the one who's going to mark it according to the measurements and cut the design according to whatever I have designed. But is he doing it the right way? I need to understand that, or I need to have a knowledge on that, so that I can firstly not lose the fabric, not lose the revenue or reinvest on it, and ensure that we save as much as fabric as we can, so that we are equipped enough to do more of designing aspect with the fabric. So if I don't know any of this and I just allow my master to just cut the fabric, by chance, if he goes wrong, I will not be able to retrieve the fabric, or I will be extremely disappointing my clients, because every fabric is not like, you can't replace a fabric always. So, most importantly, equip yourself enough to run your business. So, what I did after doing my diploma, I went into a complete 3 years course to understand the knowledge of fashion designing thoroughly. And there also, I was not happy enough. So I used to go to these local tailors and local stitching people where they used to teach how to cut fabrics. That is where they actually teach you how to do a proper cutting of a fabric. So I learned it more over there. So now when my master says, no, this is not the way we can cut like this, I'll be equipped enough to tell that don't do it like this. If we are going to do this, we will be able to achieve more of a designing aspect. And this is where the stitch has to come, and this is where the other things have to come. At least the technical part, I'll be able to explain it to him pretty clearly, because any tailor can stitch anything, but cutting is the most important thing. And in case my tailor doesn't come or my master doesn't come, I'm equipped enough to cut the design myself, even if the employee is absent. So, those two aspects is something that I always remember, and I keep telling myself to upskill myself. Anything that comes new in my industry in terms of skill aspect, I go learn and come, whether I earn in a good revenue or not. But whatever comes new, you should always be able to embrace it and rise from that. So that is one of the major things that I did in my uh, complete, I can say, like my complete business module. The next most important thing was, in terms of revenue, whenever I used to quote my client, I would always first ask what is their budget and what is that they're looking for. In case if the budget and what they're looking for doesn't match, I would be upright and I would tell them this will not come at this price, but I can do something good at this price, and this is what I can do. I have never sent a client back empty. And even if it is going to be a little higher on the price, I've told them that this will be higher price, but for this, I'm going to give you the best possible thing that I can do. So always let your client know whatever it is. Keep it as transparent as possible and also educate them with what service you give and how is your revenue or your budget placed on the design that they ask or whatever they ask for, despite whether if it's your fashion client or any other client in terms. So that is one of the major things. So that I don't want to compromise on my revenue, because we will be having other people's whom we have to feed. So we'll have 2 or 3 employees, basic minimum, and also your regular rentals, other things, plus your profit. You need to accumulate all of these revenues into your clients equally and divide it properly so that you generate a decent revenue income. After you build a trust or a goodwill, then raise your revenue high. So this is what I have been doing for over the past 13 years. And graciously, my clients have been able to deliver and give whatever money I ask for. That also comes with a very good service. Whether you are able to give a good design or no, give a good service. If there is an issue with the client, sit down and talk to them, comfort them, and resolve the issue. Otherwise, they will never bring back clients and they themselves will not come back. So we will end up losing clients. So this is another thing that I learned. The other aspect that I would like to share is also, in my very first early starting stages, there was a client who approached me through US, and apparently they wanted some ghagra cholis for them for the American kids. And I had no idea about how they are actually built up. For example, their 9-year-old would look like an Indian 12-year-old or a 15-year-old. That is how the built up, or basically the race is different in terms of body or your body language and the anatomy. And I just did 2 or 3 pieces and I had sent them, and it terribly failed just because of my revenue calculation, which had kept a decent profit. I was able to regenerate the same fabric and do it accordingly to those kits. If you don't have a backup revenue in terms of whatever we are going to quote the client, it will be very difficult to regenerate it or to come back to normal or bootstrap back if you don't put a proper revenue margin. So that is also another most important thing. And beyond all this, when I wanted to turn this into a passion on a full time basis, I didn't have a good principal amount to start. So basically, what I did was I hired 1 or 2 tailors, like not full time. I would give them work on piece basis. Like 1 piece you do, I'm going to give you this much. 2 piece you do, I'm going to give you this much. So that is how I run. And now you can call it, it has a name called cloud tailoring. So I used to do that way in my, like say when I was 21, 22, I used to do this. So I would have my share of profit and I would also be able to give his profit or his share of revenue as well. So this is how I started off. But when I wanted to turn it into a business, my minimum principal amount was all the accumulation of the profit that I got from this cloud tailoring aspect. So I made it in together and I started with just one machine of mine, which is still there and it still runs fantastically. And that was the right kind of investment that I did. I looked for a proper machine which could do a pretty heavy duty which was decent enough to make a good revenue. And with this, I also invested in another machine, which, usually it interlocks the fabric. It doesn't really let any kind of a threading that comes out. So these are the only two things that I invested in. And it nearly costed me around, say, 15,000 was my investment back then. The machine costed me somewhere around 8 to 9,000 max. And an interlocking machine costed me around, say, 6,000 or 5,000 something, including all the transportation. It was around 15, is what I clearly remember. So, with just that 15,000, I made a very, very good revenue where I could make a shop of my own, where today I have around six tailors with all Zuki machines and very well machines and good number of interlocking, and I have a complete setup of a embroidery hand embroidery people of around six people. So I have a full good team of 14 people who also do the interlocking and all of that. So I have gradually grown from one machine to a good six machines to seven machines. That means my complete investment for that was almost around, like, say, a decent amount of, clearly, like 2.5 lakhs. I didn't put a very great only for machines. And later shop and other thing, a decent 2 lakhs with a small room, like, say, around like 10 by 15 or something. At least in Bangalore, it costs so much. A decent small one. So from minimum of a good 5 lakh, I can now feed at least 14 people and also pay off my bills and take my decent share of profit. In this, what I also explored with myself was, it was just not customizing designs. Like, for example, if somebody's coming to me, I just don't only design to them or I don't stitch and give it to them. I also encourage other designers. I ask them about their designs. If I find if something is nice, I borrow it or I rent it out. I put that on my clients. That is called styling. We usually style for a couple of actors or ad shoots that we do. We usually rent it out like this, or we do branding. It's called brand marketing. So I used to do this as well, and I still do. And it gives a lot of empowerment for my co people or my pa people who are my colleagues in the market, and we grow healthy. So there is no jealousy or an enviness in this. So I grow and I ensure that people around me also grow. So this is something that I adapted to myself in this industry. If you just want to showcase only your work, it is very difficult here because people need a lot of variety in this industry and fashion keeps changing very quick, and it's just that you need to make your style statement. So this is another thing that I adapted just by learning a course. I started styling, I started to make my own boutique and a business. And despite these, if anybody is absent or any of my employee doesn't come, I am equipped and skilled enough to do my job if my employee doesn't come. This is the third aspect. The next one that I tried out of myself was to do some shoots, some garments that I made, and try turning it into a brand. So, apart from customization, now I have started my own brand where I make a limited stock of a design or three or four designs in three or four sizes, and we sell it to the market or the people who come into our store. Whoever walks in and sees a garment and they like, they can purchase that. So every aspect of this fashion industry I have tried to explore. I have not just stuck only to one pathway, like people will come, they will give me order and they'll go. No, it doesn't work like that. Why should anybody just come to me and give an order? So I need to stand out. I need to tell people that I do something like this is the most important thing. Apart from also branding and doing my own brand garmenting, I've also been teaching in this platform for a couple of years now. So even teaching aspect is also that explored me pretty well. I used to, wherever I used to learn, I used to go there as an intern to just teach, so that the whole intention was that I don't forget what I have learned. So that is also another aspect that I opened for myself to understand and remain connected with the fashion. So, in this just one small aspect of fashion or a designing thing, these are the options or the doors that I try to open for myself. Apart from this, I also try to venture into photo shoots, ad shoots, movie, understanding any character if they come to and design according. So it was just that a three step, fourth step, fifth step, seventh step ahead that I slowly try to break my barriers to understand whether I can achieve it or no. So I feel whenever anybody pursues their passion to profession, it doesn't make you feel like it is a burden because you love what you do and you're extremely passionate about it. I would also like to know if you people have any questions about this. No questions?
No, you can carry on now.
Okay. So apart from this, with in terms of making my fashion industry coming in together, I side by side also ventured into my interior designing as well. I just didn't stop it with just doing my degree or something. I ventured into it and I also run a company called Tact Factor. My fashion designing company is called as She Culture. So that is also another aspect where this brought me a lot of more understanding in terms of your skills, in terms of your softwares that you use. And that aspect also opened for me in fashion because when I used to do my CAD and other things in interiors, also using certain other softwares for my fashion industry was very useful. So that is something that I also upskilled myself with and went ahead. The fourth most important thing that I also feel that you guys can implicate is approach as much as possible in terms of networking aspects. Any of you have tried any platforms for networking? Nobody?
Mostly Instagram and Facebook, other social media
Okay.
handlings, they can get it connect.
Okay. So you have, do you have any idea about, there are groups and there are people who do business networking completely in
Most
person and offline?
mm, mostly there is a clubhouse, so you know that mostly the business meetings and they connect remotely to share their
Okay.
ideas and everything.
Okay. Any other aspects that you've
The-
seen in terms of business networking spaces? Is that
One
all?
is our boss Wallah one. One is our boss Wallah.
Okay. Yeah. So Boswala is also, they have also started up this networking space here. There's also spaces
Yes.
called like BNI. Anybody has heard about BNI, IBG, BBB? There are a lot of spaces for networking in terms of business. So most of the times, predominantly, Boswala gives you a space of like, everything is here. And also there is other networking spaces whom they have everything, all walks of people come. And particularly if you have any fashion or passion towards any particular industry, like fashion or only women entrepreneurs, there are also pretty much networking spaces like that where they give you or they generate revenue in terms of giving business and they understand your marketing strategies or your business and try to bring referrals for you. So, this is also one of the spaces that I explored for myself to bring in a bigger revenue in terms like, so whenever like I wanted to venture into movie industry or any kind of a television industry, those are the spaces that helped me to take a step high. So that is also another space that I would recommend people to take forward. Nextly, take complete advantage of your environment, your friends, family, relatives. please tell them and ask them also to share. And most importantly, if you have a good space where you're learning somewhere or anything as such, I have utilized my dance classes, my music classes, like my pharmacy college, everywhere. I have tried to incorporate my business ideology as much as possible everywhere. So speak about it, live about it, think about it whenever you're doing it, no matter what. And even if you're not doing it on papers, at least mentally start thinking about it. Even a small step towards your passion or your dream is a step ahead. Any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
No, no, you can carry on.
Okay, somebody said
Yeah,
yes.
someone asking the brand market works.
Okay. How brand market works? Okay, this is Mr. Somshekar. Okay. So, how does a brand market work? So, basically, what happens in this also, you have couple of strategies that they do in terms. You either give money and ask them to showcase your brand or show where all your brand is adaptable. Example, what is your brand? For I would like to ask Mr. Somshekar, what is your brand? What is that you want to sell? I didn't see any reply.
He's still in mute. He
Okay.
has a digital marketing agency. Something.
Okay, so you basically have a digital market agency, is it? So apart from social media, where else have you marketed this? Have you worked on your SEO engines, search engines? Okay, so how do you need to do brand collaborations? I think his network is horrible. Okay, so how do you need to do brand collaborations in terms like have you done any work for any company? Have you asked them to put your name when the work is done from your end? No. Okay. So if you have not done that, please ask people to put your work up. I gave content services. Okay. Can you speak? I mean, it's very difficult for me to go check the message and get back.
I am doing content services to the clients like education institutions, hospitals. But
Okay.
I need to more improvisation in contact client based database list and make
Okay.
them do my work.
Okay. So whenever you've done this content based work, right? Have you
Mm.
put your watermarks or you asked them to say that this is your work? That is how you
Um,
collaborate.
I'm just giving services and paying, taking charges. That's it. No
So where, I mean,
mentioning
when
about our
you
brand.
you don't publicize it anywhere that you've done it.
No, regular clients is getting services from my side, but I need to improve and more hospitals or education institutions. I need to approach.
Yeah. So if you have to approach, do you show your work anywhere? Have you put your work
Yeah,
anywhere?
no, they know previous of works depending
No, they
on.
only they know. Do you think
Uh,
other people will know?
no, no, that's why I need to what.
Okay, you need to understand where do you. Okay, do you have any? Do you have a website or do you have you made any kind of
I have a website.
Instagram handle or something like
Website
that?
Instagram page also is there, page to page also is there. I am
Okay.
giving services, content service, and I am publishing their contents in our my website and Facebook pages also.
Okay,
But
so have you asked them also to share your work in their space also?
somebody is sharing, not fully thoroughly.
So how often do you do this?
Depending on their my works, interval times, it not regularly. It takes interval service, interval of days, the giving services.
Huh. So if you having interval of days,
Mm.
but your work should be shown every day, or at least alternate day. You have to have a strategy to show that. So that saying, "Hey, I'm here."
Okay.
So that would help. One. Second thing, to whomever you do the service,
Ah,
ask them to speak about you if anybody
okay.
requests it. There's no harm in asking people that if you have done a fair good job, then ask
Mm.
them to at least recommend or put forward that you can definitely take your name. And
Okay.
also if they also run a social media handle or something, ask them
Yes,
to
yes.
tag you, ask them to collaborate with you, so
Okay.
that people, even their audience will know. Only your audience know, then you'll only stick with your audience.
Yes.
So ask them also, whoever it is, even if it is four people and they're sharing with 10 other people, you have at least 40 people who are watching. The
Yes.
next 40 will be sharing for at least three, then it is 120. So that is how you build them.
Okay.
And
Okay. Thank
most other thing is also, if you find any networking spaces on your social media handle, feel free to post or ask them if you can, publicize your work and speak about your work. There's no harm in it.
Okay.
If they don't like, they may not approach, but if they like, they
Mm.
will definitely approach.
Yes,
They'll
yes.
at least make an effort to understand what is your work, and whenever they feel that they want or somebody else wants, they will definitely say, "Ha, I know somebody, you can go to him." So that's how referrals and brand marketing works.
Okay. Okay.
It
Thank
will
you.
not give you immediate results, but it
Yes.
will
Yes.
definitely give
Oh,
you future, it will definitely give you a lot of results.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions from anybody?
One more question, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, means working salaried to business mindset. What are the preparations need?
Okay.
Mindset.
So basically for your mindset, no, that's where I was also about to come. Today I may get an order, tomorrow I
Yeah.
may not, if I'm going to be a complete entrepreneur. But if I'm a 9 to 5 person, no, whether I do work slowly, fastly, anyway, I'll have a committed amount of money coming to my account. But for an entrepreneur, every day you need, it is a challenge. The first initial 3 years, whether you get an order, you get 100 orders, you get 10 orders, you just get one order or zero orders. Make your effort same for all the 3 years. Don't
Yes.
decline. And when you do this, at the same time, also think about your other sources of passive way of making your revenue. I just don't
Mm.
do this. I just don't do only fashion designing. I also do interiors. I am a pharmacist. I have a wellness company. I work on my mental health company as well.
Okay.
So these are the other parallel things that I started doing. So what I'll tell you how. The other most important thing that I took in advantage is, since I'm a dancer, people use clothes, people use cosmetics. So
Mm.
you do a pharmacy or you do any kind of wellness product, people easily buy and they're more health conscious. And it is easy for me to convince anybody in
Okay.
terms of beauty because of it's a woman. That's how I
Yes.
strategize that. Second thing, I myself have gone through a lot of mental, undulations in terms of my lows and highs. So I
Okay.
definitely advocate about mental health, and I've also undergone a training for it.
Yes.
So this is how I started utilizing my skills or upskilled myself and try to make it interlock. So any girl would like to wear fabric, any girl would like to use cosmetic, anybody would like to be empowered.
Okay.
So I turned these things into a business. So
Okay.
ensure you will be able to identify in your life which are the points that I am good at or I am going through and I can do it better if I am empowered or skilled enough. So you need to identify that, pitch on that, and first you yourself have to start living that. Then only you will have. And most importantly, when you become an entrepreneur, you need to have a mindset to work, get the work done, Identify the person who will do the job the best and
Mm.
then cater it to your client.
Okay.
And as much as possible, don't do micromanagement. As in, when your client base or your work grows, ensure you divide the work properly. That's most important.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Any questions from anybody else as well?
Yeah, ma'am. Hello.
Yes. Who is
Uh,
that who said, yeah,
yes,
ma'am?
ma'am. Good to hear about your skills. Please let us know your branches or your addresses. We'll take some leads to you. Some
Definitely. So I stay in Bangalore. So
okay.
leads in terms of what kind of leads are you expecting? You want me to
Means
lead you, or
no,
you want? Huh.
some of my relatives, even my missus, doing such this interest showing.
Mm-hmm.
So if they directly meet you, means they will know some knowledge
Definitely,
about it.
you can definitely
Yeah, we
call and
can't
come down.
convey them. We can't convey them directly. No, if they meet
Uh-huh.
directly, they will get some interest and they will do some more business like this.
Definitely, you can definitely take down my number.
Yeah,
Whenever you
ma'am.
want to come down, please call and fix up an appointment. I shall definitely try to
Yeah, ma'am.
meet, and we can.
Your branches are in Bangalore, no? Only in Bangalore.
Yeah, yeah. I am corely in Bangalore, my fashion
Yeah, ma'am. Please.
industry. Yeah,
Okay, good, ma'am. Then that means you please share your contacts or addresses. Will come very soon.
sure, definitely. I would definitely, in the end, or Mr. Pradeep, you
Yeah,
can just
please.
contact him for my number and other details. That would be more easy.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
will let you know. Okay.
Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you. Any questions, anybody else? Can I know what is that you people want to do in terms converting your passion into profession? Anybody has anything that they would like to do, or whatever they're pursuing? Would you like to share so that I can understand? Nobody.
I mean, this is,
Yes, Mr. Vinay. Can you be a little louder, please?
yes, yes. Actually, we have already the businesses regarding the menswear and everything, the stores. So recently, we are planning to develop a showroom, and then we need to create a brand for them.
You have a
We already
men's
running
showroom, is
manually
it?
everything. Yes, yes. We have the menswear and the ladies also, but we giving franchising mostly on the men's related stuff.
Okay.
So we already running offline successfully, like a lot of stores. So I'm planning to set up a same like the Judio type of concept. So I designed
Uh-huh.
already the logo and name and already the setup. So can you give me some inputs regarding that the showroom related stuff? So how we
Okay.
can
In
plan and
terms of
everything. Yeah.
branding, so yours is a typical brand that
Yes.
you've started. What is the name of your brand, Vinay?
No, no, we have the top 30 varieties of all the types of brands in the famous currently on
Okay,
Zara,
so you're
useful.
going to do an
All
all
brands
brand
we
store.
have.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have an all
We
brand store.
we are tie up with them. We get yes, we
Okay.
are already tie up to the manufacturers and we already getting them. So but
Okay.
we created our own platform like a showroom stuff, same like
Okay.
Judio, how they are accommodate um, their brands, right? So same like
Mhm.
that, we are accommodating from the manufacturers of the top 30 brands. So
Uh-huh.
what we tie up with them.
Okay.
So we already doing in a franchise model in offline stuff. So now
Okay.
we are planning to get it into an online and give in a
Retail store.
complete our retail stores, all our brand name,
Okay, so now
our
you've
company, my
gone
company
ahead.
name. Yeah.
Okay, so you've gone ahead and made a trading name, right? You've
Yes,
made your
yes. I
trade name.
did the trade name and I designed the logo and I
Okay.
already did.
So,
And
okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now
So
we
have
are
you
able
first?
to
Oh, okay.
execute that.
Cool.
Yes,
So now
you can
have you
carry on.
looked
Yeah.
at the
So,
space? Have you looked at any space?
yeah,
Where do
yeah.
you
We
want to do?
building our own. We building our own showroom. So
Okay.
we already know
Okay.
the area.
Mm-hmm. So
So
you've
yeah.
also made a market research on where do you want to strategize your business and what
Yes,
is the
it's
set
already
of
running in offline. It's already a lot of almost like 90 stores
oh,
running in offline mode already.
offline or online? 90 stores.
Offline,
Offline.
offline mode, ma'am. Offline. It means we tie up with already
Yeah, got
registered
it. Got it.
the stores, and we giving already we strategize the kit base and we giving them. It's running
Okay.
successfully on last 4 years. So we need to
Okay.
take up into an limelight like an online type and
Okay.
other stuff.
So for
So
this,
that's what.
have you thought about how does your brand need to be perceived? You've strategized how your brand needs to be looked and catered to the market. Next, you I think I would suggest if you do an all brand store, I would suggest you to
Yes.
go for a complete nice uh, ad agency marketing that would help you a lot in
Yes.
bringing a lot of revenue and a lot of walk-ins to your table. Reason being because there are a lot of stores. You have Ustar, Zudio, you have Easy Buy, you have a lot of people coming in. But why your store? How do you make it more attractive and presentable in the market is very important. So I would
Yes.
definitely suggest you to go for a good ad agency shoot and market it in a complete traditional marketing. And if you're doing, where are you doing this? Which city are you
It's
catering
in
this?
under it's in Orissa side. It's in the border of Andhra and Orissa. So it's in the district and the town between the area. So
Okay,
the agency's areas, yeah,
okay,
it's
so
some district headquarters and towns and the tribes
okay,
almost like 150 kilometers radius of all the areas.
okay. So are you? I mean, are you confident enough? Like, if you would pitch into a market area where you will have to work
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
footfalls.
we already
No, no,
running,
I'm
we already
talking in
running good
terms of.
amount.
No, one second. Let me just complete. Yeah, I'm understanding that you have a offline mode where people step in and
Yes,
buy and go. But when you step into a
yes,
market space like Zudio, are there will they be ready to
yes.
pay in terms of those? Is your market ready to accept you like that? Do you see that?
Oh
You didn't
yeah, I
understand my
mean,
question.
already existed one only. I want to make it in more. I mean, I want to add the
You want to
accessories and other
add it.
multiple stuff to that instead of the
Mm-hmm.
regular thing. Yeah,
So
and
you
then I
want
want
to.
to take it up into a little bit high level.
Yeah, so that's what I said. So when you want to take it into a higher level, since you're saying it is a
Yes.
district and a town, do you think people are ready to, take that kind of because you will not be selling the same price, right? Like how you're selling now. Definitely your price may increase at
No,
least by
it's
100 rupees
almost
or
there is no price. There is no
price
price
increase or
difference,
such.
but it's already have on the factory. I mean, everything labeled and barcoded everything. But we give in the depends on the season, depends on that we give the discounts and as per the original price. So
Okay.
based on the crowd, yeah.
Okay. So based on the crowd,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we need to make it into reasonable. We need to make it into reasonable. As it's original brand, they have very high prices, right? So instead of that, we can accommodate
So
either
you're
price
working on the
discounts or we can
margins then.
offer the some other product. Yes,
So,
no, no, yeah, not
yeah,
only
so you're
margin.
working.
It's we creating our own, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you have to, if you don't want to give it at the price of your the brand price, you'll definitely working on the margins. And also, the reason I asked you this question was so now when you do an do you think your market doesn't need or your client base doesn't need any kind of an extra marketing or anything in terms of footfalls?
No, no, we needing that, but we need to, yeah, we need to do in social media stuff, handling stuff, and we need to do and catered for the other high level also. I mean, we now
Yeah,
doing in tier two and tier three level, right? So we need to target it to in top level also. So that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
So when I say that, the reason I'm asking you this question is so when you do these marketing and you do you want to take your brand to a higher price, you can't expect. anybody to come, a higher level person, to a place where it is sold very on a reasonable price range, is what I
Yes,
mean.
yes. I know that.
So
Yeah, I know
yeah,
that. Yeah,
so
that's
when you
what. Based on
increase
that
that.
only.
Mhm. So that's
Yes.
why I'll just complete, then you can go ahead so that I understand yours as well.
Sorry, you can
So
carry
when
on. Yeah.
you, no, no problem. When you set a kind of a market for a next level, you will also be catering for the tier 3, tier 2 kind of people also, right? Is what you mean. So you have all kind of audiences
Yes, yes, yes.
market in your
Yes, I
store.
need to get all kind of all type of people. So that's why I was categorizing into like three pros in like how the people will get stuff from
Okay.
level.
So
So they
when
want
you
some
do.
customize. Some people want pure brands, right? Some people want pure authentic brands. Some people want like regular basis. Some people want like fashion base. So we need to
Mhm.
categorize into three different stages. Yeah.
Okay. So you have worked on that as well. So accumulating all of
Yeah,
this
not
at
not
in
much,
one
but
store.
I did. Yes.
Okay. Do you see this workable?
Um, no, it's still going on. It's still construction and it's still going on.
Okay. Just I
It's not
mean,
started yet
this is
at
my
the main
opinion,
showroom,
and
but
okay.
other stores is running. Yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
can give me inputs. Yeah.
Yeah. This is just my perspective that I'm saying. So when you want to do something for a
Yes.
higher level, keep it separate. I would
Yes.
always suggest you to keep a separate store for that, under the same working module or the same company, but the trade name can be different. And keep tier 2 and tier 3
Okay.
different. Reason being, see, tier 2, tier 3 people are somebody who'll keep coming. For higher
Yes.
level, people come a little often, or people who are completely high level may keep visiting very regularly, which is on a regular basis, which is less. So I would like to suggest you to just keep it separate so that you have a better understanding of your selling of your stocks, because it is a multi brand. It will help you to
Okay.
segregate your market and your clients. It will help you. If you keep everything together, then it will be like, oh, she's also going there, why should I go there? Or I can find a better place. So don't mix those two kind of categorized market at one place. If you don't make them feel high
True. True.
level, then it would be a little difficult for you to pitch in there, because your investment for a higher
True.
level audience or market will be more, I'm sure. Your
True.
principal
True.
amount or your investment would be
Definitely, we
pretty
can.
high.
Yeah, we are still working on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
still we are working on that. So I definitely, yeah, I'm also thinking like that only. So luckily we have like in three floors of the stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the showroom we planned in the face of the complex.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to thinking about that.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
glad. I
mostly
hope
like
you.
traditional and high-end stuff should be in one side and remaining should be in the regular basis like that.
Okay. If you keep a complete brand identity different, that would be even great, because that will really help you with a
Sure, sure,
lot of footfalls. Hoping and wishing
yeah,
you the
sure,
best for it, and definitely do a good,
sure, sure,
especially for the higher level. I would definitely suggest you for a good ad agency marketing with some nice shoots or something which you can at least run
sure,
on
sure.
your ads. That would help you a lot.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah,
else
that
that?
will reach a
Yeah.
more, right? More mark,
Yeah, it'll
more
reach you
reach.
out more.
Yeah.
And also in terms of franchise, when you want to
Yes.
sell it as a franchising model to somebody else, people will be ready to buy. Whether if it is a two tier, three tier, or a separate higher level store, and you'll be able to make two different separately and sell it easier. It'll be more easy.
Sure,
Everything is
sure,
there, then the
sure.
franchising model may not work. I feel so. And no offense. If it works, well and good. Happy for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to disturb already the existed one. That's why I'm
Mhm.
making the new one for
Okay.
the high level one.
Okay. That's
Completely
nice.
new. Yeah, well, they're completely new, and they put only the high top directly coming from the manufacturer designs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other
Thank you.
questions
Thanks for
from
your
you? Thank you
inputs.
so much. Thank you. Anybody else with any other questions that you have?
Excuse me, ma'am, or Pradeep sir. Before going to close, please don't forget to share your details. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because before this Sunday, I would like to meet ma'am with my relatives in Bangalore.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, Bhaskar brother.
Okay, thank you. Sir.
Pradeep Garu, is there anything further, or can we close the webinar? If anybody has any questions, I'm open to answer or anything as well.
If any questions, please raise your hands, or else we will wind it up.
Okay, I think that nobody has
Sure.
any questions. We'll keep signing off. Thank you so much.
I'm giving your contact number in chat box.
Yeah, just please drop my.
Yeah, share.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, all of you, and all the best. Good evening. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bhaskar garu.
Hello, sir.